Hello everyone, this is BuddyCat, and welcome back to a Minecraft tutorial. So I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to show you a tutorial on how to play Minecraft that looks like this. But first, I just want to show you what it looks like with the rain, because rain looks very cool in ultra-realistic Minecraft. So I just want to show you that real quick. And that is kind of what it looks like with the rain. If I go into first person here, there we go. It looks very, very cool, and it runs very smoothly. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is go to two websites and download two things. Number one is Prism Launcher. This is going to be one of the best launchers for mods, and you can pretty much install any mod. Next thing is Optimum Realism. This is a texture pack, and the free version is very good. It's a 64x texture pack, which looks really good. But there's a one you can get that not a lot of systems can run it, but it is basically the price of like 2 sodas. You can kind of think of it like that. It's the price of 2 sodas, and you get it forever if you want to only pay for it once. This version is only for like super realistic, like not a lot of modern systems can even run this. Anyway, yeah, those are the two things you're going to want to download. Okay, so once those two things are installed, you're going to want to open your Prism Launcher and create an instance. This is going to be your mod pack for an ultra-realistic Minecraft. So we'll just name this Ultra Realism and go for the latest version, 26.2 as of recording. Then you're going to want to go all the way down and select ModRenth. Then once you name it Ultra Realism, you're just going to press OK. And this is going to install a mod pack that's Ultra Realism. You can change the little icon to what you want. Then you're going to want to go down to Edit. Then you're just going to want to select Mods. Okay? Then you're going to want to press this button called Download Mods. And it's going to say missing mod launcher. You're just going to want to press yes, and you're going to want to do Fabric. This is the one that you want. As of recording, the thing is 0.19.3. This is the version of Fabric that you want. Press OK. Okay, now you can download mods in this thing called ModRenth. Don't use CurseForge for now. Only use ModRenth. Okay, so this is a list of mods that you're going to want to download. I'll put this into the description, but so you can just search for all the ones you want. So AmbientSounds is one of them, and then you can just check mark that, and you're going to want to install all of these mods. But I'll just show you a couple of the most important ones. So number one is Fabric API. This is just going to be for modding. Sodium is one of them. Iris shaders, and Cloth Config API, and a list of all of these. So, yeah, go in the description below and download a bunch of, or all of these in the description. And one of the most important one is this thing called Distant Horizons. This is going to allow you to see a lot of things in ultra-realistic Minecraft. Like your render distance is going to be super high with this mod without a impact to your performance, which is awesome. Okay, once you get all your mods installed, you're going to want to come over to this tab called Shader Packs. Then click Download Packs. You're going to want to select Complementary Shaders Unbound. This is the unbound version. You're going to want to select shader for download and review and confirm, and click OK. Next, you want to come over to your resource packs and go into your files. Once you're in your files, you're going to want to select Optimum Realism, whichever one you downloaded, and drag this into here. I'm going to download the 64 version because that's what most of you will probably have. But again, if you have the 128 version, go ahead and use that. But remember that your system, most systems can handle the 64X version, but if you want to handle the 128 version, I recommend a graphics card with 6 gigabytes of graphics RAM, GPU RAM, or higher. Okay, so what you're going to want to do next, before we launch the game, is on the left-hand side, go to Settings, and then it's going to bring up General Settings, but then you're going to want to click this window that says Java. Then scroll down, and you're going to want to see minimum and maximum memory usage. So if you have 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is absolutely needed for this texture pack, 16 gigabytes or higher, you're going to want to select it to exactly 5,120 megabytes. So you're going to want to select minimum and maximum to the exact same. Don't put any less or any higher, because it causes crashes that are very frustrating to deal with. Then you're going to want to go to Java arguments. This will be empty for you, but I will put this in the description, and you're just going to copy and paste this. So copy, and then it's going to look empty for you, but you're just going to want to paste this in your mod pack, and then we're all ready to launch the game. Oh, I forgot to say, you're just going to want to put these two check marks that say memory and Java arguments. So just click those check marks. Okay, once you're ready, just click launch, and it's going to launch. So once you're in game here, you're going to want to do a few things first. Don't play the game, because this is not optimized just quite yet. It's going to be super laggy. So first, you're going to want to come over to Options, then click this button in the top left corner. Select, this is 256, so this is 256 chunks that you're going to load. So turn this down to something more modest, like 128. Then, this is very important, click CPU load and turn this down to minimal impact. This is going to have a minimal impact on your CPU. If your CPU can handle more, turn it down or turn it up to balanced, or I paid for the whole CPU, whatever your CPU can handle. Next, you're going to want to go to Advanced Options, Graphics, Quality, and turn this up to 2 blocks, not 1 block, but 2 blocks, so it loads faster. You're going to want to click done and done and done again and done again. Then you're going to want to go to Video Settings, and here's a very important step. So you can turn your render distance all the way down to 8 chunks, and your simulation distance all the way down to 8 chunks. Click Apply, and turn this max frame rate down to 60, or whatever your system can handle, but make sure to leave VSync on. This is very important. So it doesn't matter really what your max frame rate is, as long as it's 120. Just click this button. VSync will match it to your monitor's refresh rate, so nothing will go over the FPS that your monitor can't handle. Okay, next you're going to want to go to texture filtering, and select this to none, and click Apply. This is going to be for a later step, and it's going to optimize it for a later step. Okay, next, click this button on the left. You're going to want to see all these little buttons. Click Shader Packs. Click this, the complementary Unbound that we installed last time. So click Shader Pack Settings. Here's very important settings. So it's going to be on default, which is high or whatever is recommended for your system. But we want to tweak a few things here. So go to Performance Settings and scale the shadow distance to 8 chunks. Then you're going to want to turn off anti-aliasing. This is very important. Turn off anti-aliasing. And so click Apply, and that should be good for that. Next, you're going to want to go back and click Camera. here's a very important thing. So motion blur strength right now is at 1. We're going to want to turn all the way down because it looks very ugly without it. Apply. Then you're going to want to turn temporal, or you're going to want to press temporal filter settings. This is very important. So make sure all these settings are on just like this. So medium temporal smoothing and low temporal jitter. This is going to ensure that the world doesn't look as blurry as you want it to look. So yeah, let's click apply, and those should be the default settings. So yeah, then you're going to want to go back to the main screen, and you're going to want to select materials and rain puddles. You're going to want to select this to puddles in rain. It's going to turn red, but you can just ignore that. Puddles in rain is going to make the rain look super realistic and cool. Then you're going to want to go back to the main menu again, and this is very important. Select RP support and switch this to lab PPR, or lab PBR, sorry. This is with our texture pack. We'll turn all the textures really realistic. So press apply. So after you turn that on, you're going to want to go to materials and select lab PBR / SUSE PBR, whatever that is, settings. Then here's a very important thing for performance. If you're getting low performance, you can turn this parallax occlusion mapping. It says this effect can severely impact performance, so select off. So if you're getting low frame rates, just go here and select off. But if you want on, then select on, and it'll increase the realism of the pack. But speaking of which, we're going to want to go to resource packs, and here's the order in which the resource packs should be put. So you're going to want to do default connected textures, then glass pane culling fix, then Optimum Realism. And Optimum Realism should be at the bottom with default connected textures, and then this, and default at the bottom. So click done, and this should apply your texture pack. Next, you're going to want to go video settings, go back to your shader pack settings, and click camera, then click color balance, and you're going to want to adjust this to how you want it. For real life, try to go for a 0.85 general brightness. General contrast, you can turn this up to 1.5, and saturation, you're going to want to turn this up to, or turn this down to 0.85. That's how I have it. Saturation of paler colors, you can do 0.85, just like that. But look up color grading in a real life style if you want to get it exactly how you want, or just adjust it how the colors and how bright everything looks, and whatever you want. So once you've done all of that, you can select atmosphere and turn rainbows, and you can kind of play around with all the style settings, but the performance settings are what you really want to leave like this, and turn these down if your system cannot handle it, if your system runs below 60 FPS or however whatever FPS you want. The final thing before we get into this, before we get into the game and I show you, is you're going to want to go over here and select max shadow distance and bring this all the way down to 12 chunks. Before we get into game, go to scroll all the way down to sodium extra. Then you're going to want to turn off splashing. This is going to remove an ugly 3-pixel blue splashing effect that you get that's not realistic. So you're just going to want to turn that off. Okay? So go done and single player. And let's create a new world, and let's just call this realistic, yay, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. And it's going to be loading terrain, and let's see how this runs. Oh, before you play this, close any other like tab or any other program that you might have running, because this is going to take a lot of resources to run. Okay, so once we're in game, it's going to bring up this message that says explicit garbage collection disabled. You're just going to want to ignore that for now because we fixed it already with our Java arguments. So, yeah, now that you're in game, you're going to want to wait for it to load, and you're probably going to say, where are all the chunks you promised? They're not here. And I would just have to say, you have to walk once you walk and discover all these chunks, then they'll load forever, and you'll be able to see them forever, which is nice. So you should be running at a smooth FPS. Mine is low right now because I'm recording, but yeah. Once you've done this, you should be able to run this pretty smoothly. And if it runs poorly, then you're just going to want to go into video settings and shader packs, performance settings, and you can turn these down to low if you want. You're going to want to leave water reflection on medium, but you're just going to want to turn these down if they're giving you trouble. And once you apply these, it should run pretty smoothly. There we go. See? So smooth. Look at this. And then we can go here. And if we just swim, whoa, look at this. Whoa, we are so cool. And yeah, if you want to pay for the higher quality texture pack, then you can. It's about 2 sodas, and the guy who runs it, I think is a pretty cool guy, and I think it's the most realistic texture pack right now. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I love you so much. I'll try to answer any questions you might have, so just leave a comment and ask any questions. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!